everyone, to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. If you jump on here live here on this Saturday afternoon, and I don't know if anybody will or not, but if you do, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Make sure to give the video a like, a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so and share the video on all social media platforms. I was trying to figure out when would be a good time to come on here live on this Saturday and do a video. Hey there, Jacob. Glad to have you here on the channel commenting as always, because I know Saturday afternoon is not a good time to do a video, and normally I do my videos at night time, but I know that today is WrestleMania night one, and usually even the casual wrestling fans watch WrestleMania. It's kind of like, even if you're a casual NASCAR fan, you watch Daytona. If you're a casual golf fan, you watch the Masters. Well, if you're a casual wrestling fan, you watch WrestleMania, and it starts at 6 o'clock Eastern time, the main ESPN channel, before moving over to the app. So I know that anytime tonight after 6 Eastern is not a good time, and more than likely WrestleMania is probably going to go till about 10:45 or 11 o'clock, and that might be too late. But the NBA playoffs have already started, so I thought, well, it's not a good time to go on now, but I want to do a video today, so let's go ahead and give it a shot. But since it is a Saturday afternoon and there's so much going on, we'll make it a short video. Just wanted to talk about the NBA playoffs now that the play-in games are done, and we have all 8 teams in the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. The playoffs have already started. Hey there, Kendra. Glad to have you here. And Kendra Bobo, I don't recognize your name. If you are new here and it's your first time here on the channel, for whatever reason made you stop by the channel today, very much, feel free to give the video a like, a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so. Tell your friends, tell your family about the channel, and share the video on all social media platforms. And by the way, speaking of WrestleMania, real quick before we get into the NBA playoffs, earlier this week, thank you for subscribing, Kendra. I really appreciate it. Earlier this week, I had the pleasure of going on the Howie Fresh YouTube channel, and we made our WrestleMania predictions for night 1 and night 2. So if you have not checked that out, please go and check that out. It's my second time being on with my man Howie Fresh. The first time was probably 3 years ago, 2 years ago. So it had been a while, and he wanted to get back together and make our WrestleMania predictions. I said, sure, no problem. But the NBA playoffs started at 1 o'clock Eastern time today with the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Toronto Raptors. That game is still going, but Cleveland has a 20-plus point lead in the fourth quarter, so I think it's over with score-wise, just not clock-wise. But a full rundown of the first round of the NBA playoffs after Cleveland and Toronto. At 3:30 Eastern time, we have Western Conference Game 1, Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. 3 seed Nuggets and the 6 seed Timberwolves. And then tonight at 6 o'clock Eastern time, we have Game 1, Eastern Conference. 3 seed New York Knicks and the 6 seed Atlanta Hawks. And then final game today, 8:30 Eastern time, back in the Western Conference, 4 seed Los Angeles Lakers, the 5 seed Houston Rockets. And then tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern time, we have 2 seed Boston Celtics and the 7 seed Philadelphia 76ers. And then tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern Time, we have the 1 seed Oklahoma City Thunder and the 8 seed Phoenix Suns. I hope you go Jacob to 1FW in Commerce tonight. I'm sure if you do go, I'm sure you will enjoy a lot of their shows. I don't know about tonight, but I do know a lot of their shows. They do them inside buildings that are very, very small, so it might be packed. So just a heads up, your first time going, it might be packed. I know a lot of their shows are indoors and it's packed, but tonight is outdoors, so it should be okay, but I'm sure you will have a good time. And then tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern Time, we have back in the Eastern Conference the 1 seed Detroit Pistons and the 8 seed Orlando Magic. And then the final game of the weekend tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern Time is the 2 and 7 matchup over in the Western Conference, the 2 seed San Antonio Spurs and the 7 seed Portland Trailblazers. Now, the NBA typically, normally, does a really good job with the playoffs. The problem with the NBA is you can watch one game and it looks completely different than what you see in the regular. In the regular season, most of the guys are just going through the motions. Most of the guys just don't care because the NBA now with the playoffs like they are, more than half the teams in the NBA make the playoffs. So if you play on a decent team, you're going to be in the playoffs. So there's no need to go out there and play full blast every night because it's not needed. And, you know, now they've watered down the award ceremony so much that now it's supposed to be, in order to win one of the end of the season awards, you have to play in at least 65 games. But it's an 82 game schedule, so they're telling you, hey, you can sit out almost 20 games and we don't care. So it's like they're encouraging their stars not to play. Then they had 2 stars that only played in 64 games this year, but they're still going to be eligible. So you're breaking your own rule and not your own rule. So you might as well tell these stars, hey, if you want to play in 20 games, it's okay. You can still win the awards. So they've pretty much watered down the regular season and made it useless. But the playoffs typically look totally different. Guys that don't even try to play defense in the regular season play defense in the playoffs. Steve Kerr has already left the Warriors. Of course, some say he was fired. Some say he was let go. Some say he left on his own. Who knows? All we know is that Steve Kerr is no longer the coach of the Golden State Warriors. And if Stephen Curry comes back next year, it's probably going to be his last year. The Warriors are definitely not what they were a decade ago when they were winning all those championships and dominating. Curry's about past his prime, and Draymond Green's about past his prime. We had the play-in games this week, and those things are confusing. A lot of folks think, hey, you win one game and you're in, and that's true in one case, but not both cases. You know, only the top 6 teams are in, and then 7 through 10 seeds have to play in little play-in games. And the winner of the 7-8 game is in as the 7 seed. That's how the Trailblazers got in and how the 76ers got in. But the loser of the 7-8 game plays again, and then the loser of the 9-10 game is out, but the winner of the 9-10 game plays the loser of the 7-8 game, and then the winner of that game is the 8 seed, and the loser of that game is out. So it's a mini 4-team tournament. 2 teams get in, 2 teams don't. 1 loser is out, 1 loser plays again, 1 winner's in, and 1 winner plays again. So if you don't follow along, it can be confusing. Hey there, Lady Sky. Glad to have you here. And Lady Sky, I don't recognize your name. If it's your first time here on the channel, for whatever reason made you stop by the channel today, thank you very much. Feel free to give the video a like, a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and tell your friends, tell your family about the channel, and share the video on all social media platforms. Going to go ahead and call it a day before the Denver, Minnesota game starts. If you're watching the playoffs, enjoy the rest of your playoff. Saturday, there'll be playoff games on till about probably 11:15 Eastern time tonight. If you're prepping for WrestleMania Night 1, you better hurry up and get ready because it'll be on before you know it. So enjoy your Saturday, whether you're watching basketball, watching wrestling, spending time with family, whatever the case may be. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. Last night, someone broke into our house and took a dozen eggs. They also left a saucepan filled with warm water. Police believe it was poachers. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, can be over